So, hello, Babita. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. I'm fine. What about you, ma'am?
Same here. I'm doing quite fine and just looking forward to this conversation. I am so excited to meet you today. We've been trying to connect for a long time, but
Yeah.
yes. So, are
Yeah.
you usually busy during afternoon hours?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Today.
Okay. And I too need total 1 hour to prepare food with that calm mind. So that is why I also took 1 hour before this call.
So, ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
I think for the very first time, so please introduce yourself if you don't mind, ma'am.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
I would love to introduce. My name, as you already know, Sunita Rawat, and I hail from a beautiful region of Chamoli, Uttarakhand. I am mother to two boys, and I'm really passionate about English. I love interacting with people. For that, I have my YouTube channel wherein I interact with people. I practice my English with them. I help them practice their English with me. I am really fond of teaching as well. So, for that, I teach spoken English to beginners. I'm totally living my passion these days. So that's more or less about me.
Yes, ma'am. That's really wonderful introduction of you. Yeah, ma'am. So, yeah,
I would like
I'm
to know a little bit about you also.
Yeah, sure, definitely. So my name is Babita. I'm talking to you from Gorakhpur. About my education, I have done graduation with English. I did PG, I did BA, and also qualified CTET, UPTET. Apart from that, I'm a homemaker. Simultaneously, I'm also running YouTube channel. It's been 8 or 9 months. I created my YouTube channel because of learning purpose. I'm very fond of to learn this language. And about my hobbies, I love singing, yoga, and talking with the people. I'm a mother of two kids as well. That's all about.
Hmm. Very nice, very nice. Wonderful to know about you. And I can totally gauge from all your introduction that you're quite an active person,
Yeah,
right?
ma'am. Right, ma'am.
You're doing a lot in your day.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you practice yoga every day?
Yes, ma'am. Every day
Mm-hmm.
I do
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, after doing this, I feel myself
Mm-hmm.
better. Anything, I feel myself active and
Mm-hmm.
feel comfortable, confident. Everything I can do very well mannered after doing this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes.
So we all know that yoga is very beneficial for our health, but then also we keep on procrastinating that we'll do
Yes.
tomorrow, we'll do day after tomorrow and all that. So do you have any piece of motivation that you give out to people so that they can start yoga from the very next day?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, before 8 years ago, I was suffering some health issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that time, I went for consulting to the doctor. Doctor suggested me, if you don't want surgery, then you have to do yoga and meditation as well. Then only
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of fix this problem from your health, right? So I started to do it, and I searched on YouTube channel how to do yoga and meditation and all. So I found there Baba Ramdev's videos, and then I started to do it. And since ever since I'm doing this, I'm feeling comfortable, and within 15 days, I release my all problems, my body issues, right? So this way, this is how I'm doing, and if people want to do, so they should definitely do because it is really
Mm-hmm.
very beneficial, right? For mentally and physically, you can be live in your life it as a fiddle all the time. You can feel positive and calm, peaceful in your life, right? Which is very important in our day-to-day life to do anything, to learn anything, to achieve anything in a well manner.
Very nice. You passed on lots of motivation, even for me too. And I shall also start doing yoga. Although we cannot expect instant result after doing yoga or after practicing yoga for few days, but we have to wait until 15, 20 days to see that results, right? And you've got
Yeah.
result in a very short span of time, just in 15 days.
Yes, ma'am. Because
Hmm.
I was doing a lot, like 13 minutes every day.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew how I wanted to release this kind of problems, right? Actually,
Hmm.
there was two cysts, right, in my right ovary that time. So yeah, I was suffering a lot, and it was paining to me a lot, right? So that was the reason.
That's amazing that you've overcome it. And can you also tell me that people often practice yoga without any guidance. They just do it the way they want to do, like casually they do it. So is it really
Yes,
important to follow the proper steps and then only you'll get the benefits?
yes, yeah, yeah. There's no need to follow a proper, but yes, I do only two, three steps, right? Like Suryasana every day. It is very, very beneficial for us, and also Anulom Vilom, Brahmari, and Kapalbhati, and at lastly, meditation for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
these
Amazing.
people are doing, so they will
Mm-hmm.
definitely find a very good result, right? And it
Mm-hmm.
will help a lot for mentally and
Hmm.
physically.
So how much time do you take to practice yoga every day?
Every day, 20 to 30 minutes every
Mm-hmm.
day. Yeah, at
Mm,
least,
amazing.
right? So I
Mm-hmm.
wake up in the morning at 5 a.m., right? Then I started to
Mm-hmm.
do everything. Yeah.
Very good, very good. That's a great initiative, and I'm sure you must be getting benefited out of it.
Yes, ma'am. That's
Mm-hmm.
why.
And
Yeah.
what is that one yoga, that go-to yoga that you want to suggest everyone, no matter whatever their concerns are, but they can follow these yoga practices in their everyday life?
Yeah, Suryasana. I would like to
Mm-hmm.
suggest Suryasana and
Mm-hmm.
Kapalbhati and Anulom Vilom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Surya
Very,
Asana is Surya Namaskar, right?
very namaskar. Right, right.
Okay, so that is also enough. That has around, I think, 7 to 8 steps, right?
Yes. 12 steps.
12 steps. Okay, so that is also enough. If you do Surya Namaskar on daily basis, that would also
Yeah.
benefit you. Mm-hmm.
If people do only Suryasana, so it will
Mm-hmm.
help them, right? And they can find very positive results in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's amazing. Wonderful insights of yours, and I'm sure this is going to help many people out there, and they'll get at least some motivation to start. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
So while cooking food this afternoon, I had this question in my mind that I was cooking food with a calm mind, but instant thought came to my mind that what if people cook food with lots of negativity? How will it affect the food? Right? I've read it somewhere or I've watched it somewhere that one of the learned person was saying that the way we cook our food, maybe positive or negative, it affects the energy of food. It affects like whosoever is consuming the food, it affects their digestion as well. So do you have any idea about it or have you read about it somewhere?
Exactly, ma'am, and you're telling the truth. If you are thinking in a negative way, everything, and if you're going to do throughout the day, we must have done something different, right? In our day, right? But we try to create positive affirmation, positive thoughts in our mind, right? So that we can be habitual about it to create positive vibes in our mind, right? If you are going to making food anything, right? And you are in your mind is going on negative thought, right? So that can affect it a lot, right? So instead of thinking negative thought, you should try to create positive vibration in your mind, right? So that we can you can feel very positive and entertainment enjoyable throughout the day, right? Which is really very important, right? So
Mm-hmm.
always try create positive vibes so that we can provide in our family around you a very good kind of atmosphere, which is really very important in our day-to-day life, right? So it is
Right,
really,
right.
yes.
I couldn't agree more. And there is also one situation where, maybe people are suffering from a lot of negativity, a lot of stress, depression, maybe, but how can they, make them feel positive?
Yeah.
There could be like they can listen to music, they can listen to bhajan, devotional songs, or they can practice meditation and all that.
Yeah, definitely. If they
Mm-hmm.
are singing devotional song and they are speaking some affirmation, positive affirmation, right? If I talk about myself, which I practice, which I speak every day for myself, like I'm peaceful soul, I'm powerful soul, I'm healthy always, I'm happy always, I'm successful, success certain for me, God's protective shield is all around me. So every day I
Mm-hmm.
speak. And after
Mm-hmm.
speaking, I'm feeling myself active, comfortable, positive to do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this way, people can speak some positive thought, positive affirmation, and it will
Mm-hmm.
work. It will work really.
Right, right. Absolutely
Like,
right. So we can say that, like, while cooking food, also, we have to be positive. Our mind should be calm without any anger, without any issues. And we can
yes,
pass on that positive energy to food and then to the one who is eating that food. So they'll be
right,
able to digest it better. They'll be able to get the benefit out of those foods. Right. So
yes,
that is also very important. Okay. So are you able to keep yourself calm throughout the day? I'm sure you must be having kids also.
yes,
So,
yes, ma'am.
do they affect your mental health?
Yes, sometimes it happens with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I am kind of humble lady, right? But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I behave with my children with very like tall, violent kind of
Mm-hmm.
behavior, right? Because they are doing sometime unnecessary thing, right? So sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
have them, right? So this way we can sometimes we feel, but all the time, like not all the time. If we are doing rude behaving with someone,
Mm-hmm.
so not good for ourselves, for our mind, and for other people as well, right? So try to always be positive, be calm, right? So that we can spread positive like vibration in our family with someone. If you are able to make someone's life better, if you are able to make them understand, so that is life, I think.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you said we have to act positively, but let's suppose your child is showing anger and you are responding to them with the anger itself, right? So do you think that argument will have effect on their life or on their mental health when we
Yes,
respond with the same anger?
yes, ma'am. So if someone is going to behaving with rude manner, and if you are behaving with your children with rude behavior, and that person is answering you with rudely, right? So that is really not good for your mental and physically and mentally, right? So it is going to affect for you mentally and
Right.
physically,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So we should, if someone is angry with you, so that time we should try to keep calm to ourselves, so that we can't continue this like argument, right? We can stop that time.
Right. We have to be very mindful of our attitude because our attitude influence our children or people around us. So we always
Yeah,
have to be thoughtful before acting.
right.
But
And children,
sometimes, hmm,
yeah, these children, they are children. We can't deny, right? They can do unnecessary thing because it's children's like kids' nature to do it, right? So we can
hmm,
make them understand why are you doing this? You should not do this, right? It is not good, and it is not good kind of behavior you are
hmm,
doing, right? So this way we can make them understand.
right, absolutely. And do you have any instance to share from your past where you have shown your calm attitude towards your child anger or argument, maybe?
Ma'am, when my child, my elder one, doesn't do his study in a proper way, so that time I become very rude with him, right? But my husband suggested me at that time, no, you don't need to behave with him, right? And you should
Hmm.
try to always keep calm with him, because
Hmm.
it is going to affect it with his mind as well, which is not good, right? And if you are doing all the time and continually, so you cannot make them good kind of atmosphere, right? So always
Right.
try to be like courteous kind of behavior with someone.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. Absolutely right. Totally agree on that. And whatever attitude, whatever behavior we show towards them, they inculcate all that behavior, all that nature into their life. And once they grow up, they'll show whatever they have seen in their family, whatever they have experienced in their family. They'll be the same person when they'll grow up.
Yes, they observe everything
Mm-hmm.
today, what
Right.
parents are going to do and which kind of activity parents are doing,
Mm-hmm.
right? They will definitely observe, and they can inculcate in their mind, and
Right.
they can do the same thing, right?
Mm. But it's very difficult to maintain it throughout the day or throughout the year, I would say. Some days are bad, some days are good. Some days will be totally calm, another days we would be maybe shouting at them. So it's really difficult to maintain that attitude.
Well, it's sometimes I feel like very daunting task for me as well, right? But
Hmm.
And parenting guiding should be strict, right?
Right, absolutely. So, where do you get all this motivation from? Like all the guidance that you should act this way while handling your kids? You get these guidance from your husband?
Actually, my husband is also very calm kind of person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes I behave with my mostly not with other people, mostly for my children, with my children. Sometimes, not all the time, right? So he suggested me that time, yeah, you should not do this kind of
Mm-hmm.
activity. They are children, and we can't deny them because it's children nature. They can
Mm-hmm.
do. So it is our responsibility. We have to make them understand in a proper
Mm-hmm.
way. Right. So this way we can do. So no need
Mm-hmm.
to be yourself like harsh with someone.
But when the other person say it is, easier said than done, I would say. If they were at our place, then they would have behaved the same way, like her husband. They easily say that you should not react that way. You should be calm. But if they were at our place, they would have behaved the same way.
Right, ma'am. Yeah, it is,
Hmm.
easy, but doing very like difficult, right? When I
Right. Yes. So big salute to housewives and mothers. They're doing a lot.
yes, ma'am.
And
Right,
they are also developing them as someone great, I would say, because they are maintaining everything for their kids. They're maintaining their attitude, their behavior, their physical and mental health to take care of them. So housewives and mothers are great.
very great and very they have very various kind of like quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doctor, I would say everything
Right.
proper way, like taking care of their children, parents, and husband as well, and managing all household chores, right? It is not very easy task, right? It is very like daunting task for us, but we are able to modify all the things.
Right. That zeal should be there to take care of your kids, to make them grow well, right? When you
Right.
nurture them. So you've poured all your heart out and answered my question really very perfectly. So do you have any questions for me before wrapping up this session?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question. So, how to overcome the fear of public speaking?
Speaking. Do you have fear of public speaking?
Yeah, that's why
Mm-hmm.
I asked.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of fear do you get when you go to public or when you speak in front of public? Do you feel
Suppose,
hesitant?
yes, I feel hesitation, right?
Mhm.
Suppose if you are going to deliver your thought on this stage, and there are
Mhm.
sitting a lot of people, like thousands of people. So, how
Mhm.
can we deliver our thought in a well man, in like calmly, like
Mhm.
relaxed way?
So first of all, I would say when you see thousands of people in front of you, it is quite natural to feel that fear, to feel apprehensive, right? It's quite natural. But initially you might shiver, but later on you'll be able to set the tone of your speech if you are knowledgeable enough on the topic you're going to deliver, right? Initially you might shiver a little.
Yes,
So you need to have the good knowledge of the topic you are going to deliver. So be well prepared in advance. That's the one mantra I would say. And be confident. You need not to be fearful of people. You never know like what knowledge they have about the topic. It's just that you have to deliver your opinion on the matter, right? You have to go with the data, you have to go with the analytics and your opinion. Whenever you deliver your speech, you'll feel confident when you'll tell that it's just my opinion,
right,
and I do the same. I'm not here to express anybody else's opinion, but it's just my opinion with whatsoever knowledge I have gathered. Then you feel little confident, right? And whatever you are fearful of, you have to do that more often. It's just not about one performance, but you have to keep on doing performances, right? And then you'll become confident after few performances. And you'll
right, ma'am.
also, with experience, you'll learn like where you can do better, right? You can include hand gestures, storytelling while delivering your speech, like so you'll learn all these through experiences.
Yes, yeah, exactly, ma'am. And it is true. And we can start just like with greeting as well,
Mm-hmm.
like good
Right.
morning, like this. And then we can
Hmm.
start on the stage, right? So,
Yes.
What things requirement if a person wants to become a trainer of English language?
If you want to become a trainer in English language, then you need to have a vast knowledge of English language, like the grammar part, the delivery part, then body language, communication. Like language and communication is different. Like
Yes,
communication involves verbal and non-verbal both, body language and verbal, right? So you need to have vast knowledge of that. And when you have knowledge, you'll feel confident, and then only you'll be able to teach all those to your learners as well. Whatever you have to keep on learning, right? A trainer would be learner for always. So whatever new things you are learning, you have to share that with your learners. And you have to bring up interesting ideas to keep your sessions engaging, right? These days there are many trainers out there. So you have to stand out. So how will you stand out? By providing some engaging activities or maybe storytelling, or you can include games. So you have to come out with a creative idea to engage your students. You have to tell them like what is your USP, what is unique in you. So through
yeah,
social media as well, you have to build up your identity, right? So these are some points that one should consider when they start their training journey.
yes,
And if you
ma'am.
can get training like teachers training, then it would be perfect because you'll get an idea how to do it initially.
Yeah,
I would like to add on that there are few more qualities apart from your knowledge that are required, right? Patience is required when you teach someone. You need to have patience because every learner is different. They learn with different paces. Some would be
right.
slow, some would be really quick. So you have to be patient. You have to be adaptive, right? If the learner is not able to understand your method or your way of speaking, then you have to mold your speaking accordingly. You have to let them, make them understand in a different way. So adaptive nature should be there. Empathy should be there. You should be able to understand their situation. Sometimes it happens that they enroll to your course, but somehow or because of some reason they are not able to attend on regular basis. Then you have to understand their situation and act accordingly, right? You can extend their course because people have validity of 1 month or 2 months, and then they don't entertain learners anymore if they attend or not. You have to
Yes,
understand their situation. Then only they'll also understand you because you'll also have some adverse situation now or later maybe, right? So that understanding is really required, right? So this is what I'm able to recall right now, but there are many more. So
yes,
yes,
ma'am.
one can do research and there is a lot of content available on internet, so they can take help from there as well.
Yeah, so patience is really requirement, and we should try to widen our knowledge so that we
Hmm.
can understand in a proper way, well mannered. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so ma'am, I have a next question. It is last, right? So you are a trainer. So because of this, I want to ask about my journey, like my English. So how is my English, and in which part I have to do work to
Hmm.
become a speaker in English language?
Frankly speaking, although you are speaking really well, but I've noticed few mistakes when you were speaking. But now I totally forgot all those mistakes because we are just going with the flow in conversation, and I was not, prepared to find out those mistakes. So that is why I don't remember now. But yes, you were making some mistakes in grammar here and there, not major mistakes, but minor mistakes. So yes, that can be overcome with practice and just by exposing yourself to English content, just observing the patterns, doing some grammar related exercise. With time you'll overcome. Otherwise you
Okay,
are really a good speaker. You have that warm smile on your face. Body language is also good, right? You're able to express yourself very nicely, so everything is good.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
Mhm.
much. Okay, ma'am.
You're
So
welcome.
yes, and your question was really nice, right? I was not
Mhm.
that prepared, but yes, I was able to answer the question. Yeah, your question.
Hmm. So that's how you got to know your capability, right?
Yes, ma'am, right.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
thank
Babita, then thank you so much for joining, and it was really nice talking to you. Such a fruitful session, I must say.
yes, ma'am, and thank you so
Hmm.
much for your precious time as well, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Bye. Have a good day.
yeah, same to you, ma'am. Thank you.